So I'm just recording a scrim game against Slaughterhouse. I've been playing a bit of Octobrush lately, mostly since a Japanese player by the name of Hati managed to get a win on it in a major Japanese all-modes tournament by playing it alongside Ballpoint. This is the build I'm running on it right now, and I'm just going to go through my thought process on how I want to play the weapon. For those who don't know, I played Octobrush through the entirety of Splatoon 1, and it's still one of my favorite weapons, even though it is much weaker in this game, and that's a topic for another time. So I'm going to go over how I think Octobrush can work at top level play. I don't think it works everywhere, but I think there's a lot of situations where it can work as a pocket weapon, so maybe we'll see more of it in the future. Since it's not the most mechanically demanding weapon, it makes it a very good pocket for me, I think. Especially with similarities to Relic. So, I have Ninja and I can play very defensively, even with short range here, so I mostly want to bait and make them respect the space my teammates have here. I'm playing in no BC with the pickup, by the way, so I actually want to help you with attack. But you're mostly going to see me playing around people and trying to bait others to approach and fight them so I can clean up kills. Which is kind of similar to how Brella wants to play. I want Doma to pick that up because I don't want to hold the balls and brush since I have Ninja. I want to shark a lot. I can't really do much holding the balls, so I'm trying to get it. They like by flying on it. Wanted to pressure someone out of mid. I'm actually going to take space here. I wanted that hammer to get saved. That's pretty good. Sword. Gonna poke with bombs a lot. I have clams, but it's not worth it here. Oh, that's important. I meant to get on the back of that wall and pop up to throw a hammer to create an opening, but I accidentally got on the left side of the wall. I have stealth as well, so I can jump in rather safely. Trying to help by painting over Doma on the bamboo ditto so he doesn't get one shot as easily. He can move away, so keeps him alive. There's the bait. Help Taylor. Help Taylor. I'm gonna flank here since I have hammer for bubbles. Cutting them off. I don't know where King is, so I'm just gonna throw that somewhere they have back control. I can't completely blitz hammer. I have to really respect bamboo. Octobrush doesn't have the same ink resistance effects Ink Rush does. When you roll, you can take damage, and that makes it very easy to get one tap by bamboo. So I have to very much respect bamboo and not pick fights with it. I want to make a ball here so we can put more pressure since we don't have one. Toss Domo again. I'm gonna grab clams and then flank. Give a jump here. They're gonna know. I got two though, so that's good. I'm waiting to throw in the clams so that my team has more time to get the basket since they'll keep it open. Okay, I'm probably gonna die at this point. I need to get out. I might be able to dunk this, I'm probably gonna go for it. Got it. Okay, that was good. Probably won't have too many games since they have their tassel match soon, which is it's a Splatoon league with a bunch of the top teams in it, and they're playing against FT1 in about 20 minutes, so yeah. I've been playing Octobrush again, like, mostly working on it for around, like, I think, like, almost a week, a little bit, so I'm still fairly new to this. Okay, Mako is going to be a similar thing. Mako is very good for Octobrush, and I can play much more aggressively here because there's a lot of ledges in places where Octobrush can play. You generally want to fight in an effective range to get 3 shots, because outside of that it will be really unreliable to kill, but sometimes you can pressure people with your range. So like sometimes, especially with slight high ground, I can outrange their T-Tech player. Tent, I can contribute a lot to shield damage, and sections can put pressure on it, but I'm not going to do anything by myself, so I can only engage on it if my team is there, or if I have Hammer, since Hammer can just absolutely ignore that shit. Squeezer bubbles is the same thing, but I have to be more careful with Squeezer, since they can instant pop the bubbles, and that can still kill me. And then Bamboo is the matchup I mostly, if I'm not, like, close to it to begin with, I have to completely avoid, because I just will get one shot really easily. So I mostly don't want to fight Bamboo in the first place. I want to fight the other weapons, and I want to put pressure. Even if I'm not getting picks, if I'm, like, sharking around my team, it keeps them alive. And it means they constantly have to be thinking about, okay, if I dive this guy, is there going to be an Octobrush on them? Okay, so they have Fire Fin now, so it's much more flankable, but still a one-shot threat. T-Tech is still very bullyable. K-Junior is bullyable, but I have to be careful for Torps, because they'll reveal my location, and he has another instant pop bubble combo that's even better than the Squeezers. Right now we're 1 down, so I'm mostly just going to farm Hammer here. They're underneath me. I think the T-Tech will go for my charger. Yeah. Weaken it a ton, so they don't have a tap shot. That's good. Bubble users here, got both. Hammer can be a very good counter to bubbles, so having that is going to be really helpful. I use the V kit, the vanilla kit sometimes, but since these guys run bubble or double bubble a lot in the tent, I think Hammer is really, really good against them. Okay. There's the Torps I talked about being a problem, which just basically prevents me from sharking out. We're all really clumped, so I want to push up the mecha. I think they're going trick zone though, so they're probably just going to dorm. I'll make sure we hold that. Oh, I got greedy there. I shouldn't have that. I was gonna flick and then back up, but I took damage from the bubbles, so I shouldn't have committed there. I wasn't able to get out safely. Can absolutely get this go though. The Squeezer is a bait. He probably has someone with him, or the Charger is watching that area, so I don't really want to go there. Our Charger is really mostly the only thing we have to pressure their Charger, besides if we get rain, since we don't have missiles for it. This bubble's under right, get pressure on that. I want to be very careful with the Charger. Armor's up here, want to push up. Okay. If he went behind, I would have killed him. If he went behind, I should have killed him. Oh my god, that was beautiful. Be careful to jump there, but luckily we didn't have enough time to get another shot off. This spot here is very good for Octobrush. It's basically impossible to approach it here without a special. Fortunately, we keep losing the left side. Okay. I have to be careful with that bubble since there's a charger. Hammer hit that block, which is unfortunate. I'm really lucky he only had 1 bubble left. I knew that, but I still shouldn't have gone there anyway. There he got to his range. Probably dead here. I need to down second. I thought we were going to armor and commit for that, since we were in a pretty solid position and I had Hammer, but we didn't pop the armor, so it didn't end up working out. It's okay though. Going under left, so I'm going to try to cut them off. He has to be stuck there. That's good. Just to push them out. Aiming for him so he can get out. I don't think he will. They know I'm here. But I don't think they knew exactly where. K Jr. got away was really bad for me. I wanted to get that pick. Now he'll get bubbles, and more importantly, he could just twerk me in this position. I want to play onto the left side, but it's just really hard to do anything on left. So I would prefer my teammates be able to hold up while I pressure right, but I don't think it's happening. I'm not sure if they have a flank down here. They do. I missed it. There, got it there. He's throwing a charger because he has bomb rush, and I don't want that. We have to be careful not to let the bubble pop in his own. Nice. So yeah, I had to play that carefully. Was just really risky. My right side play, I probably should have jumped out. If I was in VC, I could have called it, but I was assuming on him to read and make the right call without any communication, so that was just kind of like a really unfortunate play to make.